Hi everyone, I'm Laura Gdenik and I'm here to give you the astrology for the weeks of April 3rd through the 16th, 2023. Before we get started, I just want to remind you to like and subscribe to this channel. It really helps the channel to grow. Leave a comment if you want to. I really like seeing and hearing how the astrology is impacting other people. That helps me learn. Okay, so Monday the 3rd, which is today, we have Mercury in Taurus making a square to Pluto in Aquarius. Mercury is the planet of the mind, rules over communications, conversations, messages, news. Pluto is a planet about what's beneath the surface of things, what is not being talked about or seen. Pluto represents power struggles and injustices and what's really going on. And so this aspect might bring about more intense conversations, more being honest and direct with someone else. That might be related to the intense conversations. Getting to the bottom of something, doing a lot of research around something, diving into some sort of like rabbit hole. There could be power struggles in these conversations you're having with people. There might be increased anxiety. Pluto is the planet about life or death situations or life or death perceived situations. So there might be more anxiety around things like survival, what will last, what won't last, around sustainability, around the environment. Mercury is in Taurus, which is an earth sign and a sign all about the environment, agriculture, food, sustainability. And so some more of these practical matters around maybe even food, money, security. These might be coming up for you, and you might have some worries or anxiety around these issues, which is quite normal. But it's gonna pass pretty quickly, and then it's not like a huge transit. So Wednesday the 5th, we have a full moon at 16 degrees of Libra. And full moons often bring light to something. They bring, the moon in its journey, it goes from darkness during during the new moon to complete fullness during the full moon. So something is being brought to light. And this something might have something to do with a wound or pain that we have either been experiencing or that is from our past. And this is because this full moon is involving Chiron, which is an asteroid, also known as the wounded healer. And Chiron is about where we've been hurt, where we've been wounded. And, this full moon is about maybe bringing some awareness to that, bringing some awareness to the origins of a wound or a hurt, as well as ways that we can possibly tend to those wounds and maybe even tend to the wounds of others, tend to the hurt of others. And Chiron's really been activated a lot the last month or so. All throughout March, Chiron was hit by Venus, Jupiter, Mercury. So this is not new material. This is probably the same material, but there might just be some new insight around what's going on or why this is going on or where it comes from. Okay, and then on the same day, Mercury makes a sextile to Saturn, and this feels like really good planning, really able to be productive, Mercury representing the mind, being able to focus on something, something long-term or something that requires more planning. You might find yourself talking about commitments with people, having more serious conversations, but mostly being able to tackle some more difficult mental tasks, I would say, in an easy way. Sextiles are easeful. And then on Friday the 7th, Venus makes a sextile to Neptune. Venus is a planet about love, relationship, beauty, pleasure, joy, how we all get along. And Venus is also the ruler of this full moon in Libra. Venus is the planet that rules Libra, and so she has a lot of say over how this full moon feels. And she's currently in Taurus, making that sextile from Taurus to Neptune and Pisces. So Venus is actually really strong in the sign of Taurus. In astrology, all planets either feel strong, weak, or neutral in a sign. So it's really good news that Venus is in Taurus during this full moon. And also that Venus is making the sextile to Neptune after this full moon, because it really suggests that things are going to be okay. Things are going to work out in the end and go smoothly, and it's not it's more possible that healing can occur. And Venus making this sextile to Neptune is just super dreamy and romantic and really lovely. It's a good time to go on a date with someone, to spend time with your loved ones, to maybe engage in an art project or some sort of creative endeavor where you can get lost in a flow kind of state. You might find yourself wanting to do some like baking or really engaging in your sensual experience. Venus and Taurus is all about experiencing the world and the pleasures of the body through the senses, through the body. So take advantage of that. And then on Saturday the 8th, Mercury makes a sextile to Mars. So this feels like solutions, problem solving, taking action on ideas, being able to think a little bit more quickly or more on your feet than perhaps otherwise. On Monday the 10th, Venus heads into the sign of Gemini. Venus here is very playful and fun and flirty, doesn't take things too seriously, very lighthearted, and she'll be here until May 8th. And then very quickly thereafter, on Tuesday the 11th, Venus makes a trine to Pluto. And so trines are of the nature of Jupiter. They're expansive, they create opportunity, they're easeful. So this is really a lovely transit, actually. Pluto, once again, is what's beneath the surface or getting to the bottom of things. And so this feels like getting to the bottom of relationships, maybe relational issues, or maybe just contacting what feels most meaningful to you in relationships, like what you're maybe even getting to the bottom of what your values are in relationship or just in general. Relationships get real, get deep in a very easeful or positive way. And there's more likelihood for deeper connection, perhaps some eroticism or sexual intensity with this transit, a deepening of love, and very possibly through conversation. These are, Venus and Gemini and Pluto and Aquarius. These are two air signs, and air signs are all about communication and bridge building. So having connective talks, having connective conversations, heart to hearts. Really good day for that. And on the same day, the sun makes a conjunction with Jupiter in Aries. Jupiter is a planet about faith, abundance, fortune, opportunity, and the sun is exalted in Aries. The sun feels really, really good in the sign of Aries. So this feels like positive news, something good happening, optimism. There might be some insights that you have related to Jupiter themes. So faith, spirituality, maybe travel, your belief system, or thinking about the houses in your personal birth chart that Jupiter rules. So whatever houses that have Sagittarius or Pisces on the cusp, these house topics, there might be some sort of insight or new awareness related to those house topics. And that's because whenever a planet comes into alignment with the sun, that planet is granted the light of the sun. The sun's brightness gives illumination to that planet's themes and significations. So Tuesday the 11th feels like a really nice day for taking a chance, being more vulnerable in relationships, going after an opportunity. And then Friday the 14th is kind of a mood shift. Venus makes a square to Saturn. This can be a bit more of a difficult transit. Saturn is often about no's or negations or discipline or boundaries, and Venus is about wanting to connect, wanting to have fun, not wanting to hear a no, So there could be a sense of feeling a bit lonely or noticing if feelings of rejection come up around relationships or inclusion or just hard feelings, and really just sitting with it and noticing that that's happening. If it is, it's not going to happen like that for everyone at all. That's just a possibility of maybe even feeling a little bit more isolated and lonely. And it's a good day to reach out and try to connect with people. We want to, on days where we're feeling less resourced or more, maybe our mental health isn't the best, we're feeling more alone, we want to reach out to people who care about us and who we care about. A good way to channel this energy and use it productively is to work hard, Saturn's all about discipline and working hard, work hard on a Venus thing. Venus things are art, pleasure, relationships. So work hard on an art project, work hard on a creative endeavor, maybe put some time and practice into a new artistic skill, taking a class or lessons of some kind, or maybe even working on your relational skills. That would be a really productive way to use the energy, and could or might not negate the possible negative ramifications of Venus square Saturn. But it's a pretty quick transit, and you might feel it just for a couple days, and then it'll move on. So, and that's the beauty of astrology, is that astrology provides the timing of how long energies are here with us, and how and kind of like, yeah, how long those will last, and I'm here to provide some insight on what those are and how you can use it in a more productive, positive way. And whenever the astrology highlights anxiety or worry or pain or confusion or any sort of kind of negative experience, loneliness, isolation, that's a real opportunity for us to sit with that, to be present to whatever comes up, and to be friends with it. There's no good or bad. There is, more fun experiences and more difficult experiences, but those aren't inherently good or bad. So it's a good chance to just practice mindfulness and, be present to our own internal experience. So that is the astrology for the next couple weeks. Please like, subscribe, comment if you feel up for it. I'm open for consultations as well over the next couple weeks. You can leave a comment if you're interested. You can email me at consultation@lauragadenic.com. Whatever channel or way of communication feels best for you. Otherwise, I will be back in a couple weeks with the next astrology update.